Hello everybody! You are being gently held by my sister right now so that we can film my apartment tour. I'm doing a series on my channel about living alone. The first part of that was about loneliness. You can watch it up here. And now we're moving into what my actual space looks like because I'm just coming up on my year lease and my year anniversary of moving to Seattle and living alone. And I finally feel like I'm at a place with my space that it's viewable, it's showable. There's so much of my own personal philosophies like woven into this place, so I will take you through. But before I talk about what's in my apartment, I want to talk about how I funded it with the help of Wealthfront, the sponsor of this portion of today's video. When I was saving up to move to Seattle and to furnish my apartment, I kept all of my money in a designated moving fund that I set up in my Wealthfront cash account. Two things this did for me. Number one, make the most of the money while it's already sitting there. When I was keeping my savings in my main bank account, I was earning 0.01% interest annually on that money. Whereas Wealthfront offers a 2% APY. So yeah, literally 200 times higher. And then second, this really helped to separate my goals clearly between my emergency fund, my moving fund, travel fund, etc. Being able to name all these categories and track these short-term goals was so key in making sure that I was making progress as the moving date approached. I can show you all a little look inside the Wealthfront cash account. You can see all the interest you'd be earning with the high yield account. There's also unlimited transfers between Wealthfront and other banking and investment accounts. So you're never penalized and can move things around freely without overdraft fees, account fees, or any hidden fees for that matter. Plus, if you ever want to invest with Wealthfront, you can move your money into their award-winning investment account in minutes to grow your money even more for the long term. You can literally start with $1 to open a cash account if you want to poke around, and I'll have my link to do that in the description. If your savings is in a checking account like mine was, you're missing out on money you could be earning with a high-yield cash account during these high interest rate times, so make sure you check out that link today. Thank you to Wealthfront. Alrighty, so now we can actually get into the contents of my apartment and how I've set everything up to my liking. Right now we are in the entryway, so if you spin around here, this is one of those things where it's like 20 things that make sense in my one-bedroom apartment. Like this, I literally saw on a video of somebody that was like making the most of their tiny space. It's from IKEA. My sister and I mounted it. There are, with anything that's mounted in this video, just so you know, there are 3 to 7 extra holes in the wall in that location, but like my landlord doesn't need to know about that. It literally is just my shoe storage. So anything that I use on the daily, I have a couple pair of sneakers, and this just keeps everything so accessible. And then when guests such as my sister come over, they know to put their shoes down there because this is a shoes off household because it is carpeted, as you may have seen and as you will come to see. I keep also my go-to bags here. This is also gonna be running theme, as you will see 1 to 2 tote bags on any given door handle. I really don't know what that says about me, but I do think it says something. And then this piece of art, you'll see a ton of art in this video, and that's honestly like a huge reason why I wanted to make it, is because I love all of the artwork in my home and I just want to shout out these artists so much. This is a block print from Lily Arnold, who's one of my favorite artists. She's based out of Santa Cruz in California, so I bought this when I lived in the Bay Area, and I just love cacti. This reminds me so much of when we would visit my grandparents in Arizona every winter, and I just think it's so bright and colorful. My space does have a lot of color in it because I kind of followed the like Scandinavian principle of like it's gonna be gray year round here in Seattle, and it's gonna be, you know, so dark, you might as well have your space be colorful and really bright so that it kind of contrasts and adds something to it. Then I picked this up. Another major theme of the tour is gonna be a lot of secondhand collector items. The principle of just like recycling things and, you know, like reusing things from your local community, like just really excites me and just gels with my personal values. I appreciate it, and I like rehoming things. And this lamp, I'll insert some footage of it at night, but it just put a little IKEA light in there so I can change the color, and it's just the perfect amount of light for when I'm on Zoom calls or working at my desk at night and I want another light source that's not just my computer screen. Then we have one of the major selling points of the apartment itself. When I toured, I really wanted like an older vintage apartment, and I got some of that in this space, especially built-ins. Like this is one of the things that was always like in my future home, I want a built-in. I just think they're so cool to style, like an inverted shelf rather than install. I had shelves in my bedroom I installed out. So I had a lot of fun styling this. It ended up just being a lot of plants, and I put these grow lights, I think these are just from Amazon, in so that at nighttime I can have these little cubbies light up. We love that. And then we have my desk. This is probably like, honestly, my least favorite part of my apartment. It's just kind of something, it's a necessary evil because you have to work to live. This desk I like actually, is very modular. I'll link where I got it from below, but you can add extra panels on the outside to make it bigger. So I had more space in California, that's what I would do. But I like that it's 2 layered so you can kind of tuck things underneath. And ultimately I wish it were a little bigger, but this is the space I have to work with. There's not quite a personal office spot in my home. We'll move this way into the living room. This is like the biggest feature of my apartment. It's what everyone sees when they first walk in. I had a true difficulty figuring out where to mount the TV. I could tell the last tenants in this space had mounted the TV here, but I just did not want folks to walk in. The first thing they see is a big, massive black TV, and I've always loved gallery walls, but I didn't feel like I was at a place where I had enough art to do one until really this year. So from right to left, this is a piece that I got in San Francisco. The artist is thisisyah.com. I can't remember the exact name of the artists that make this, but it's all of the California wildflowers and native flowers based on the month they bloom. So you can check your birth month, see the flower. I'm February, so these are all of mine. And then beneath it, one of my favorite, this is from Rats and Lilies. I just found her like on Twitter or Instagram or something. She's an Italian artist based, I was gonna say Italian artist based out of Italy. It is a Fleabag print of them sitting at the bus stop, and anyone that recognizes this when they enter my home, like, you know, real recognizes real. It's a nice moment. I love that piece and I get comments on it all the time. Then up here, these are from Carter and Rose, who's an artist out of Portland, but I actually got these in San Francisco. This is a print from actually a tattoo artist here in Seattle, Jack of Some Trades. This is like their signature tattoo. They'll do postage stamps with like flowers, berries in them on folks' arms usually. And I love this tattoo. I would love to get one, but I'm tattoo curious, but I have a lot of tattoo anxiety. And so until that day, I like collecting art that like potentially I would get on my body. And this is one of their block prints that they did. And then we have a mid-century modern little piece from Chris Turnham. He does beautiful, beautiful illustrations out of LA. And I grew up in a mid-century home, so this really reminds me of where I grew up, and also Palm Springs, which I spent a lot of time out there with friends when I was in college and after. And then these are my latest 2 additions. These are new. And I like that I have space to grow in the gallery wall. This I found at this like dusty old vintage shop. It was such a bust going there, but this was the one thing I found. And it's a combination like business card, thermometer, like art piece. And I just think that's so fascinating. Like, I looked up this cafe in Seattle. It doesn't exist anymore to my knowledge, but it's just like fun. I'm like, who else has one of these? Like, it's so unique. I just like loved it. Love the colors, love the size of it. And then baby hands have always been a part of me and my friends' mythology, and like the way, you know, our sense of humor. And folks that don't understand this, I had someone come over and was like, why do you have that? And I'm like, that tells me everything I need to know about you. And that's also a theme of my apartment, is that I wanted the kooky-ookiest space, like a lot of eccentricity. You can tell that like, it's definitely just a hodgepodge of things that I enjoy. I don't have a one, you know, singular sense of style. I couldn't label it with anything. My style is things that I like put together, and I want people to walk in and be like, literally, where the fuck did you get that? Like, that would be the highest compliment to me. And that's one of those things. Couple of mirrors that I thrifted here. This is from some woman up in, she lived in like a mansion, was giving this away for like 20 bucks, and I thought it was gonna be a lot smaller. And now it's kind of the centerpiece of the whole wall. But I think it's cool. I've always loved beer mirrors, which you'll see I have one in my bedroom. This is what I could find for now, so I got that. And then this is a really cool, I think this is 60s or 70s mirror from this guy in my neighborhood that refurbishes old things, and just thought it was cool, and it's kind of fun for like a disjointed fit pic because you can't necessarily see all your body, but you get the impression of what you're wearing, and that's all that counts. This is from a shop in San Diego called Modern Botanical. Just found them online. I love to propagate my plants. This is from a Christmas tree farm that I went to with my sister. You can see it in the vlog from December. It is just, it looks like a hand, and I had it at the top of my Christmas tree, and then when it was time to throw my Christmas tree away, I wasn't ready to throw it away. And I had this empty space here, and again, natural elements on the gallery wall add a nice texture, and it's very concerning to some people why I have this, and that's very important to me. Another Rats and Lily print, this is Connell and Marianne from Normal People, another one of my favorite series, and I like that they're kind of bordering the wall. And then this, I cannot remember the artist, but I got this in Oakland, and it was from like, I don't know, 2017 or 18, and it's the moon on every night of the year, so you can see what the moon was like on your birthday that year. I'm a Pisces, and so I love my Moonie, and it's just a really nice natural piece. I guess the next natural thing is to go into my living room. The first thing I got in my living room was this couch. Found it on Facebook Marketplace from some dude who got it off of Amazon for like $900 and then just had it in his garage, never used it for like 6 months. Sold it to me for like $200. And I think it's wonderful because I have a small apartment, but it's still 3 cushions. It's plenty comfortable, and if I take these back cushions off, it's kind of just a twin bed. So like when folks want to stay over and they don't want to be on the air mattress or in my bed, they can be here. And then this coffee table actually is an heirloom. I am a devoted Paige Wassel viewer. I worship the woman. If Paige Wassel has 1 fan, it's me. If Paige Wassel has 10 fans, they're all me. Like, I love her. And she is really big on having inherited things from your grandma, from your parents, from your aunt, from your sister. Like, it just adds so much richness to your home. And before I got this from my parents, I literally was on Facebook Marketplace looking for 2-leveled coffee tables because this is the one I grew up with, and I loved it so much that you can store stuff like the remotes in the table and then still decorate it. So I bought another one, and then a couple months later my parents were getting a new coffee table and they asked if I wanted this one, and I leapt at the opportunity because as soon as it was in my space, it just gave me such a sense of comfort and like just familiarity that's really lovely. And then the rug is one of the newer additions. Also a Paige Wassel recommendation. She literally put this in one of her videos. She listed a bunch of Etsy shops that she loves getting vintage and, you know, small artists furnishings from. And she actually recommended this for a kid's room. That's another tenet of my home, is anything that you put in a kid's room, like put it in my space. I want inner child, I want youthful joy, I want like playfulness. I don't want my place to feel like a museum. I respect that aesthetic, but I just like something that feels super, super homey. And because I have a carpeted space, I always knew I wanted to like quarantine off my living room. And I love the green. Like, I think the blue with the green. Another interior design principle that I learned from Skillshare. Because this is not a Skillshare sponsored video, but like I really am taking those classes. And the interior design class, they say that you want, if you're gonna have a color in a space, have it repeat 3 times. So like green, 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 or like red, red, red. Like have things multiple times so that they're all connected. And then my sister built this for me. It was going to be a joint project, but she's so much better at engineering things than I am. It's from IKEA, so it's one of the few new things that I have in my space, so you can get it online if you want. Mounted my TV per the advice of my friend in this like corner position, because like there's not really another logical place to do it. And what's nice is that I have it on a swivel, so like if I want to have it come out more and be more centered, I can have it here and then tuck it away when I do not want to have it so out. Also have this print from people I've loved. I think they're based out of SF, but they have a great Instagram account, and I just love this piece. And then this little strawberry basket. I don't even know what I have in here. I haven't really figured out exactly what I want to store in here, but this is from H&M Kids, again, with the kid stuff. Then Titus, my beloved ficus boy, and he is neighbored by a few berries on a string, a felt artist that I met at a Seattle arts market. This print is from Jen Kindle out of SF, And then this is the very first piece of art that I can remember ever buying that I still have. This is, I guess, from David Fullerton. I never met the artist, but for my Angelinos out there, it was from the Last Bookstore in downtown LA on the second floor. And I think it rings true. People love it. And I will have it forever. I think it's so wonderful. Last thing is this little side table that I thrifted off of Facebook Marketplace. We have Vitruvi essential oils because the Paige Wassel principles follow that when a guest comes over, you want to have the candles going, you want to have a scent going, and you want to have ambient lighting. So that's why we have this little light. I could have done a can light behind the tree, that's what she recommends, but for some reason I like it shining up at Titus. Let's go to the kitchen. This is from the MoMA design store. I'm pointing with my feet now. It is literally a paper bag piece of art. I just think it's fun, a little personality. I love to infuse my sense of humor and personality into my space. I took a lot of inspiration from my friend Ariana. Like, I visited her space in Berkeley, and as soon as I walked in, I just felt her personal sense of style, and I think that's such a rich and amazing thing, is if you can infuse your personal sense of style, and I have so much respect for hers, and I wanted to show mine off. I did buy this off of Facebook Marketplace, just a little cooking, so I put all my plates. I'm very fond of this set of plates, actually. This one I thrifted from Lander Street Vintage. This is a gift from my friend Ellie. And then these are plates from Amelia Reed Davis, an artist out of Portland, a ceramicist. This, my sister will remember, this is the first thing I ever got for my apartment. I literally ordered it before I moved and had it delivered to my sister's place because I knew when I lived alone and I had to get my own dishware that I wanted these plates, because I just think that eating off of something beautiful just makes you enjoy it. Like, I do appreciate the art of plating. I don't do it often myself, but like, I do appreciate that. That's all down there. I think this is from like Hawkins, New York. I love my little watering can. It might be from Hay. Thrifted this from this dude in Seattle. I just think it gives a Mad Men vibe. My Pothos, who is thriving. I talk about this guy in a future vlog. And then a few little dishcloths and a Topo Chico with some old dried berries in there. This is from an artist in Seattle called Sunshower of Seattle, I think. I'll link her down below. I will show a clip, but at the right time of day, it rains rainbow light into my space. I think this is from Line Ball Studios on Instagram. I love stained glass art as well. And then this is from, oh my gosh, I forgot their name on Instagram, but I will find that. This is a little piece of art from my dad. Little things that friends have mailed me. Just little pieces of home. Let me show you my mug collection. So this is something, since I love ceramics so much, I love collecting mugs. And this is a gift from my friend Ellie. It's my current favorite, little egg mug. We have one from Mudwitch, who also did the on my coffee table, the pens, the rainbow pen holder. Love this one, little gold moon moment. That's from Sven Ceramics in San Francisco. This is from Sparnecht. I think she's out of Portland, and just like, what a fun mug. This is ZZ Ceramics out of Yucca, I think, is where she's based out of, in the Joshua Tree area. And then this one, just for the funs, of it. I'm on top of the world, my medications have all kicked in. So, okay, let's come into my bedroom. To get to my bedroom, you have to pass this ugly area of my apartment where my heater is at that I use in the winter. And this balance ball provides some extra seating when guests come over, and people do like the novelty of it to sit on it. It's kind of like, it gives trampoline vibes. And then this print I bought from the Rose Bowl Flea. It's an old, there's a menu in the back, but it's the old Birdland Cafe in New York. And I was in jazz band in high school, and just like Birdland is just one of those, you know, jazz standards that you just have to play. And I think it's a fun moment. Love the color green. So my bedroom, I think, is honestly like the perfect size. The main kind of centerpiece here is this blanket, actually. And then at nighttime, I illuminate the space with little Mr. Watson down here, who I found on TikTok, and I think he is so fun and cute. I love him. I do have these string lights. I know that's not the most adult classy thing you can have, but I don't care. I'm a free thinker, and I think it adds whimsy and I like it. So yeah, again, with the tote bag on every possible door handle. And then this is the aforementioned beer mirror. I just think it's so unique and beautiful. There's just something so attractive about it. I don't even drink Miller. It's just beautiful. They just did not have to go hard like this on beer mirrors, but they did, and I appreciate it. Here is the mirroring built-in shelf system from the living room. I styled it very similarly with all my plants. I just think it's so fun to like wake up in the morning and this is like the first thing that I see. I love this. Then my closet, nothing much to see here. It's pretty much just one rack, my laundry, some more storage, and then my little baseball hat collection. And this is actually a DIY thrift flip that my sister and I did on a dresser I found off Facebook Marketplace, and then we spray painted it and I switched out the handles, which is a really easy thing to do. And I'm quite proud of my dresser, not because of what it looks like, but because of the interior and how delightfully organized it is with the KonMari method. I did this in a manic fury one night, and I have lived this. Usually when I organize things, they fall apart, but like this method does really work for my life, and I enjoy the way that it makes my life more convenient. So all of my drawers are so well organized, and it's very pleasing. This is my side table. We installed it. It's really cool because it's floating so that you have all the space beneath it too for storage. And I found it for half off at a consignment store and I was just like thrilled. It has a nice little drawer to put my journal and my books and my pills and everything there. And then little candle, little bunny tails, I think. And then this little holder from the coffee pot in Gallatin Gateway, Montana, one of the most charming places in the world. And then my CPAP. It's a CPAP machine. My mom calls it my CPAP. I'm a reluctantly proud sleep apnea sufferer. I've been getting treated for it for like 6 months, and I think we need to broaden the awareness because a lot of people have sleep apnea and just don't know it, and it's like really devastating for your health if you don't treat it. So I am happy to be the spokesperson for that. If ResMed wants to contact me, my email's in the description. Now we will head into the storage corner of my apartment, which is bordered by a few things. This is actually my doorbell, because this apartment's super old, so when people ring my doorbell, this is where it comes from. People don't ring it enough, and I literally want them to ring it more. Couple of art pieces. This is a piece that I liked at the New York MoMA that I found online, and this is another block print from an artist in SF. And I would love to hang these, but honestly I feel like there's almost too much art on the walls and it's getting a little bit cluttered. So on the floor is cool too. More tote bags and my closet. I just installed these hooks for you yesterday. You were the impetus to do this because I've always wanted to have them my like sort of daily use bags. This is what I use for like hiking and going to the park, and then this is what I use for traveling. More storage, my linens, my suitcases, my sleeping bags, my sleeping pad, all of it, my vacuum, all of it fits in here. It's actually nice and deep, so I have plenty of storage despite this being like a one bedroom. I do not find it hard to find space for everything. Outside the bathroom, I have this piece from Paper 8, who is an artist in LA. It's an American Beauty quote. He does a lot of movie inspired posters, and this is one of my favorite quotes. And I think it's funny to have something so sentimental outside of the place where you have your pee-pee poo-poo time. So there's that. Light on the outside of the bathroom, very European. I installed this shelf for more storage, and then I have this little caddy from Urban Outfitters for guests to put their toiletries. And then rug is from Cold Picnic, which is also where the tapestry in my bedroom is from. Super unnecessary to have something like this because they're expensive, but you know what? That was from money I was making tech money, so thank you for that. Clearly, I cannot shut the fuck up enough about my apartment. I love it so much, and I think it's such a great presence in your life to be so emphatic about the place that you live and to feel so mirrored by the space that you're in. Like, I really love that this is personalized to the way I live, what I like, and it's really fun to like initiate people into my lifestyle by having them come over. I've just like really cherished this space, and I think that you can tell. Again, this is just one part of my Living Alone series. There are more videos to come, so stay on the lookout for that. Thanks for coming over. Thank you to Wealthfront for sponsoring. Check them out in the description, and I will see you all next time. Katherout.
Thank you, sister!
Katherout. Yeah, you're from. I think I.